Okay, I plan on just making a few videos. They're just sort of thoughts off the top of my head type things about government, politics, and the way I see things from my perspective. So what I would like to talk about right now is artificially generated stalemates. Artificially generated stalemates. You know? This is what we have going on in the government. This is how it's always been. And I think maybe the people are just waking up to it because of communication being different nowadays. So, how would an artificially generated stalemate give an advantage to the government and the powers that be? Well, it goes off of the simple philosophy of divide and conquer, you know? Divide and conquer, divide and conquer. See, all of these elections, it's not to give you any sort of say in any matter. Oh, you voted for that guy to be the president? Oh, you voted for that person to be the congressperson or the senator? It is not, I repeat, it is not there to listen to your whims and concerns and to do what you would want for your elected officials to do. No. This is not why it's there. Why it's there is for information gathering. To learn how to manipulate and control you just a little bit better. So this is how it works. You know, you do your elections. You get, your red states and your blue states, right? And you'll get, like California or New York, where it's Democratic, solid Democratic. Or you'll get like Texas or something like that, where it'll be solid Republicans, right? And they don't like these landslides at all. No. They want to be able to polarize you as much as possible. So if they see, this state is very much in the blue, what will they do? They'll saturate it next time with Republicans, with corporations, with corporate interests. So next time around, the numbers will be a little bit closer to each other. And this was probably it was probably so obvious with the year 2000 elections. It's so funny because the people that are supposedly running for office, like Bush and Kerry and these, whatever the fucking puppets are, they do this song and dance, pretending like they want to be in office, when they really give a fucking rat's ass, because they know how the fucking game is played anyways. And they'll make some divisive comments. And it's just like stirring up the fucking hornet's nest. Let's rattle the cage, Let's say we'll take your guns away or something to rattle up the Republicans. Or say we'll make abortions fucking against the law to rattle up the Democrats. We'll find whatever issue that rattles them up the most. And we'll just pin you against your neighbor and then blame them for the fucking chaos that's going on in the streets that the people in the government are causing. So you really have to work these problems backwards. Once you realize that They're not doing it for your benefit. They're just trying to get information to manipulate you and the system and whatever. You know, yeah, that year 2000 election where they actually had their green state. Oh, it's just too close to call, and we have to put it in a green state, and we'll count all these chads and stuff. And even then, we'll throw out some of the votes, and we'll whittle it down and get real close. So close that it'll just have to go to the judges. It'll have to go to the Supreme Court, where it'll all rest on just one person's decision, you know. And the more polarizing, you see, the more polarizing that the issue could be, and the more that the decision could be made by one individual, the more the government loves those type of scenarios. That's the type of scenario that they love, where they could just discount all of the people on the left, all of the people on the right, cancel out all those votes from each other, and circumvent the whole fucking process with a judge's fucking say-so. A bought-out fucking judge's say-so. And that's exactly what happened. It's exactly how it goes down. And you have these corporations. You got your telecom corporations and your electric company corporations. And what they'll do is they'll look at how much energy is being used from each state, each county, each district. And by the very nature of having to use money, currency, for these things, they just, it's a civil war. It's a civil war against your fellow fucking countrymen. They'll raise the prices up a little bit, and who can't pay for it, you know? It's just a fucking artificially generated stalemate monopoly, where the status quo can retain their power with the illusion of that they're actually doing anything. The people of the world have lost their critical thinking abilities. They don't understand the big picture. They see their little sliver of life through their little perspective. They don't see the big picture. And the fucked up thing is that this has been going on since forever. Okay? Good example of it, you know, probably one of the best examples, is the Civil War. You know, the red state, blue state, Confederate state versus the Union. It's an artificially generated fucking bullshit nonsense. It's designed to be a stalemate. The two first ironclad fucking boats, Ironsides and stuff. You could look at the construction of those two fucking machines. And they're shooting the cannonballs and it's bouncing off the side. That's an artificially generated stalemate. Probably the best stalemate right there. Those two fucking boats banging off each other's fucking old Ironsides. We have to work these problems from the other direction if we're ever to make any momentum and fucking make any progress. Because voting ain't gonna fucking cut it. Voting ain't gonna cut it. It ain't for your fucking benefit.